It's a place where creative and conversation and your social nature mixes into your paid pieces. It's not exclusionary, it should be integrated. So we thought about, okay, what are the kind of the pieces of this that go into it, and what looks like it's being effective today, what's changing for tomorrow, and how can we plan for it, smartly with the kind of the brand and legal landmines we got going on to make it effective. Do you guys do anything, whether you were when you were at 180 or now, without making sure that you're leading them to the campaign? Is there this holy grail of the viral where you sneak it out there, nobody knows it's there, and just magically 1 million people show up the next day?
No, actually, it's a planning phase. It's basically, what is the core message that you want to deliver to your targeted audience? Whether it be just creating a fan page or creating a community. There's a lot of things out there. You can create a fan page, you can create a community page, or you can create a group. But what's your core strategy? What do you want to develop?
And how are they going to get there?
And how are you going to get there?
How does somebody know that you've put all that effort in?
Yeah. So step one, once you build your strategy, you seed it. You don't just seed it to, just the mass market. You seed it to your friends.
Right.
And let your friends tell, because it's conversation. That's what Facebook is all about. Hey, there's this new game coming out. Here's a fan page. Come check it out. Also, and part of your strategy, you have to also seed it with assets, videos, photos, information about that product.
Now, what do you think about one of the two new things I really liked in, slowly Facebook's CPC ad platform has gotten better. And the two things that I really like that I've seen in the last 6 months are, the targeting on interest. They always did schools and some basic stuff. It was interest, and obviously if you're a gamer or if you're in entertainment, your interest, they kind of key it out there to allow you to put your favorite games. What books are you reading? What are you watching? And then the newest thing then is friends of friends.
Yes.
I mean, to those two, because you and I were talking last night about this core group, always the core influencers, and there's this number out there of about 173. The average core person has about 173 friends, and as a core person, and if I can go and target, and as part of the seed campaign, if I can identify these guys who I knew are the hardcore of the hardcore,
yes,
and I can tell them, and I can say in my seed campaign, I want you to target this guy and his friends directly, because I know that if they get lured into here, they take a look at it and see what he's doing, it helps even spread, it starts that process of, well, why is he a fan of this page? What do they got going on? Like I said, what kind of content's going on? This is pretty cool. Why does John like this?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people, the first thing they say is who's our audience? If you already know who your audience is, you can target them directly. Those are the people that are already going to go ahead and purchase that item.
Yeah, they were already in. Why spend money on them?
Why spend money? And that's the thing. A lot of people talk about ROI.
Right.
The concept of ROI, a lot of people don't understand who they're really going after. So it might be return on ignorance instead of return on investment. So you really have to know who you're targeting, have your strategy set in stone, and go from there.
You mean plan ahead.
Plan ahead.
That's you're just a crazy talk. I don't know about that. What do you think about the changes that you've seen lately? It used to be you posted something on your wall, or I posted 5 things. I just had a string of consciousness, and I just, had a little verbal diarrhea going on, and I'm just, and it used to be all 5 of those immediately showed up on every friend's wall. Now the algorithm's getting a little smarter, and it really gets tied into, are other people liking this? They wait for a trend to develop a little bit.
Or unliking it as well.
Or, if you can find it.
Yeah.
If you can find the unlike button. What are you seeing on this trends and the algorithms, and the stuff that you guys are doing? Are you seeing the difference in here's the initial post, and then here's once some activity starts getting behind it and how it's showing on people's wall and kind of starts growing?
Well, the greatest thing about Facebook is that once you create a Facebook fan page, they give you an insight platform.
Right.
Where you can see what the trends and what's going on, and what people, if you post a comment or you post a feed, what's the reaction? Almost what's the sentiment of it.
Right.
So
what do you think of the new stats platform that they've released? A big improvement over some of the simplistic stuff that was coming out last year?
People are always going to complain about something being changed. So you have to figure out how it works best for you. So I don't have an opinion. I'm either against it or with it, but I'm working with it. What was it?
I think it's improving.
Yeah, it's improving. Because not before you were a fan of a Facebook fan page.
Right.
Now you have to like. So it's always going to be changing and improving. So
Right. Well, I think, I think when Google Analytics came out a few years ago, people, I think, were the same way. It was weak, but it was free. So it got adopted. And I think Facebook's going the same way. They got something out initially because although they talk about themselves being an open system, it's definitely still a closed loop in some ways. You can't just run all your own stats and you can't put all your own tags in there and like you would on a website. You do depend on them a little bit, and I think it's slowly improving. So let's talk about the brand a little bit. You were talking about, you talk about the strategy. We talk a little bit about how are we going to get people there. But once they get there, I think the number one complaint I've always heard is that, but Facebook's boring. From an advertising industry and used to broadcast and sexy and creative, then they say a picture says 1,000 words. Facebook had very little offer. That seems to be changing.
I think if somebody said it was boring, just because they don't have creativity. They can't think outside.
So they're a loser and we should just send them away anyway.
You can create so many things with Facebook, especially with the FBML. You can create your own little gaming platform right in Facebook. And the new people that land on that page, they land on it, they can like it, they can engage with it. You can literally educate somebody about a new game that's coming out, or a demo like we just seen earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there you go.
I'm trying to figure out how to play Warcraft
yeah.
on Facebook. I got to get that link. I got to figure out where he's doing that.
And you can connect so many things with Facebook. The possibilities are infinite. You could go from there. So,
have you seen what Coke did? I was pretty impressed. It's been out for a couple months now, and it was one of the Crayola was an early adopter of FBML. Coke's definitely stepping up. They're trying to find ways. Did you remember like about 3 months ago? So if any of you haven't seen this before, this is a Facebook landing tab. A custom tab's available to anybody on Facebook. You can put it on your personal profile. You can put it on the fan page you're building for your brand. And then one of the features they added about 9 months ago was the ability to then make it a landing tab, which means now when users first show up to Facebook and they go to facebook.com/ whatever nice little vanity URL you've picked up, a THQ or Megamind or Warcraft, it can be the first thing they see. Instead of being maybe a little bit of an overwhelming text wall, you can start doing something that actually looks like your microsite, looks like your corporate site, does some actual branding. And once again, the platform's improving every day. Have you guys at THQ done any landing tabs yet for?
Yes, we actually did one for Beat City, and we're actually doing it for another game that we're launching very soon.
Cool.
Called Truth or Lies. So everyone that's on Facebook, on Monday, please search Truth or Lies. It's a game that we're coming out. It's going to be very fun, very interactive. But here's the thing you have to understand. It's not just broadcasting anymore.
Sure.
It's broadcasting mixed with conversation. So now people could come to Facebook, and of course they're going to land on these landing tabs, and you get the branding, you get the information, you get the dibble-dabble with the microsite, but then you can also communicate with the community. I like this product because of this. I don't like this product because of that.
You get to express your opinion
Immediately. And
Yeah.
there's your community, all in one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're not, and again, there you go. You're not taking people there. People are already there.
Exactly. So content. So we talk about, okay, now we're able to show our brand a little bit. We know eventually it's going to be about the conversation. But why are they there? They're there. They talked about this morning. Number one thing, they want to see a demo. Whether it's a demo they can play, or it's a self-playing demo, if you're on your viral video, if it's on your trailer, it's a gameplay trailer. It's some kind of experience, and I think we've seen. We saw The Agency. We've seen Rockstar came out with Red Dead Redemption Gunslingers. They're talking about a lot of mini games, different pieces that are these turn-based ideas. There's a lot of ways you can engage. At ARGs, you and I were talking about augmented reality.
Yes.
How do you go and leverage these? A lot of 3D assets out there. AR seems to be a way to get to that, but how does this become part of my ROI? I mean, so you guys spend a lot of time on assets, right? A lot.
Man,
Assets and content.
This takes up the majority of my day. But yeah, we do spend a lot of time on content, assets, videos, trailers, just trying to syndicate it out there. Utilizing Facebook is the easy way to target your bloggers, your gaming bloggers as well. They can come in, grab the videos, especially if you have the YouTube videos in the Facebook fan page, and take it and syndicate it out.
Because they then, once again, get to become your evangelist.
Yes.
That blogger is one guy with, or girl with, either 150, 200, 500, and if you're lucky more, people who are reading his articles every day. And you're giving him easy access where he's already, combing, Facebook every day looking for latest on his subject matter areas.
I'm even interested in trying to tag some of the evangelists, like in our Facebook fan page when we upload photos. Tag them. Like, here you go. You're the first ones to have it. Now run with it.
When the content's good, and when there's a plan, and when you respond, to what your consumers are asking for, they will engage, and ultimately they will buy. Is social media a DR campaign? No, but neither is broadcast. Is there DR in broadcast? Sure, there are definitely DR spots. And I think on the social media side, they're definitely encouraging a soft sell. But I'm sure you've all seen in your pieces and your brand campaigns or pages that you follow that coupons do get loaded on the Facebook page. Discounts are given. Contests are run that let you go and get something, whether it's for free or a discount over time. And this comes back to whether it's a Facebook wall post or a Twitter post. Are you guys doing anything that yet for your brands? Are you?
Not yet, but it's in
the works.
It's in the works.
I mean, I'm definitely signing. I think from the entertainment side, the Grammys, their Twitter system really solid, working really well. That they hold conversations with their community, constantly incentivizing people. Be the first one to respond back and get a free this. The first 15 people that do this get a discount. Sci-Fi Channel has been really big on giving out swag. And then Rex and I flew together yesterday on the way up. He said, we're going to steal this, sorry about it. I won't give away all your secrets, just this one. There is a narcissistic side to social media. And as marketers, it seems like that's what we want to go and we want to take advantage of. Especially when we're trying to get them, especially a core user or a heavy user, to influence the people that are around them. And Rex told me yesterday, they want to get paid, they want to get made, or they want to get laid. Those, that's what they want. And through social media and the conversation and the responses that you have with them and a little bit of planning, you can. And I think I've talked, to almost every brand here, just in the 8 or 9 months that I've been with the company, about incentive-based sharing. What do we have to offer them? Whether it's a demo, it's access to the beta, it's a screenshot, it's a title, a title in the game,
or a discount pre-order.
A discount on pre-order. Every pre-order matters, and you're seeing some of this. You post it out there. Hey, first 5 people get this discount. First one to take a picture at our Comic-Con booth, you get an extra bag. You get a slot into the beta, and you have certain that are coveted. And screenshots. Sometimes the most simple thing is not necessarily what they want because, like Rex said, sometimes what they want to do is they want to get made. And you do that by responding and making sure when they win, not that they just win something, but they get their name blasted on the internet on your page that gets them a little bit of recognition. Everybody talks about the 15 seconds of fame. And then, of course, the last piece, you get a little famous enough and somebody's interested, who knows, you'll get a groupie and, But that's what everybody's looking for, something with an interaction. Some people just want to be part of your game. They really just want to play it. But some of them want to be active in social media. It's why they have 30,000 Twitter followers. You're like, why does this person have 30,000 Twitter followers? It's almost like, who cares? He's doing a good job. Incentivize him. Do something so that his 30,000 people who care about him will then go and say, oh, he really likes that game? That game's really important to him? Because they may only buy 1 or 2 games a year, comparison to the 30 that he's going to buy. But the decision-making process on that 1 or 2, he may be the tipping point. And making him a little bit more famous and getting him to go and give the thumbs up on your brand might be that last impression that pushes them down the funnel.
The wall between video game marketers and consumers has crumbled.